What's up? Welcome to the Smiling In podcast, where I'm trying to get my friends to say a secret word or phrase, unbeknownst to them. Is that the right use of that word? Unbeknownst? Whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. They have no idea that that's what I'm trying to do. So I've got 9 different episodes that I pre-recorded, 9 different guests, and they're all very suspicious of me. So have fun listening and trying to figure out what I'm trying to get them to say. And have a great day. Back from a game night with some of my friends.
Fun.
Yeah, we played Exploding Kittens and I don't know, another game that I don't remember the name of, but apparently it's kind of like Mafia, but not really. Basically, there were 5 of us, and 2 of us were spies, and the other 3 were the Alliance.
Oh, okay. I kind of know. Yeah, I know. We used to play a game called Spy like that in high school.
Yeah.
And one person was a spy, and everybody else was like on a cruise or whatever, and you'd have to give clues, but not too specific. But yeah, I know what the general you're talking about.
Well, basically, I'm a really bad spy, so... the second round that we played, myself and April were the spies, and the first... So whoever's turn it is, you're the captain, and you have to pick, like, two or 3 people, depending on which round it is, to go on a mission.
Okay.
And so... The first mission was Daniel's turn, and he had to pick 2 people, and he picked 2 people, and it was 2 people that were not spies, because the 2 spies know who the other spy is.
Mm-hmm.
And so I rejected the mission, because that's not going to help my cause.
True.
And we all have to vote on whether the mission passes or goes through. So, majority ruled that it was rejected. So then it goes on to Corey. Now it's Corey's turn to be the captain. And she picked me and April, the 2 spies, to go on the mission. And so I approved the mission. Majority approved the mission. And then the 2 people going on the mission have to vote secretly whether the mission was a success or a failure. So me and April slide our success or fail cards over to Corey, and I thought, well, I don't want this mission to succeed, so let me slide her my fail card. Mm-hmm. And Corey flips over the 2 cards, and one of them is a success, the other one is a fail. And everyone's looking at me. And April is such a good little actress. She has the best little shocked face. And she's like, oh, no. Okay. And she threw me under the bus.
Damn.
It could have been either one of us.
Yeah.
When it was both of us, And so she threw me under the bus for the next several rounds, and I'm sitting there, like, the next one, then her brother Chase picks her and Daniel and himself to go on the next mission, and he's like, well, if April plays a fail card, then we know she's a spy. And of course she plays a success card, so the mission succeeds. And they're all looking at me like, well, now we know that you're the spy.
Oh, man.
And I was like, but you literally said to her that if she plays a fail card, then you'll know that she's the spy.
She's the spy, yeah.
So why would she knowingly
play
a
would
fail
she
card?
Play it? Exactly. Yeah, if you said that out loud, she's not going to play it.
Exactly. So they were like, we still don't trust you. And I was like, whatever.
Okay, yeah.
But the spies ended up winning that game.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so then I made a comment like, I guess we're just really good spies. And they were like, no, April's a good spy.
Oh, man. Sad day. Man, I've been playing... So, I've been on a little bit of a bad mood side recently when I play League of Legends, and that tends to lead to me flaming people and calling them really bad at the game. And
Yeah.
that bit me in the butt about 2 weeks ago because I received a bunch of reports for unsportsmanlike,
Mm-hmm.
and they gave me a chat ban and a 2 week suspension on my account. They
Oh
said you
no.
can't play the game for 2 weeks. I was like, well, that's kind of BS. This and that. So I fought with them over it. They're like, okay, you can play on the account, but you can't talk for 10 games. I was like, okay, fine. You know what? I'll clean my act up, whatever. And lo and behold, I'm playing 2 or 3 days ago with my brother. I'm a little drunk and I'm a little upset that I'm getting really shitty teammates and losing. So I start flaming again, and I got reported all over again, and now they suspended my account. I'm not even allowed to play on that account anymore.
Wow.
Mind you, I've spent thousands of dollars on this game to get the skins and the champions and all that, and the rank I was at. Like, I've put so many hours into this game, and I've played since season 2, which was like 7 years ago. So I'm like, I'm really upset now that I don't have an account that is worth easily $1,000, like easily. So I'm currently fighting with Riot to get that back. But now that I can't play League on my main account, I've been playing on like side accounts that I have that are just low level. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing quote unquote good in those games. And everybody's like, you need to go back to your main account. And I was like, I wish I fucking could. Like, it's not my fault Riot hates me. So
Well, I mean, if you're mean to people,
you
then
kind of deserve it. I get it.
yeah.
But for them to go for straight to suspension on the first one was kind of BS. Like, give me a chat ban. I've never had issues on this account. This is the first year I've ever had issues on this account being a bad person.
Yeah.
So for them to hit me with a suspension the first time was kind of messed up. And they said, yeah, our bots said you said a racial slur because you misspelled a word. So I'll unsuspend your account so you can keep playing. And now I'm hoping that since I got reported and they saw a suspension on the account, they just instantly ban it. I'm hoping they'll give me a suspension instead of a permanent ban. But we'll have to see in about a week or so when they finally reply to the support ticket.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
maybe just
I've been waiting it out. I hope it's okay. Like, I'm trying to be nice to them and just be like, I'm sorry, it was a mistake. Like, having a really bad day. I know that's not a good excuse, but like, you guys know I'm a diehard fan. I've played since season 2, this and that. So hopefully they're a little forgiving on that.
I mean, or maybe this, like taking a break from League
That's
of Legends would be
Yeah,
good for you.
that's what quite a few of my friends are saying. They're like, this should be like an eye-opening thing for you to like quit getting so serious about this game. I was like, yeah, maybe you're right. And they're also saying like, fresh account, fresh start. You don't have to worry about crappy teammates. You could just rebuild up your skill and all that. So I don't know. Maybe it'll turn into a good thing. But I've been playing a shit ton of VR since I can't play League.
Mhm.
And my VR's pissing me off because in the game Beat Saber, I don't know if you know what that is.
Yeah.
It's like Guitar Hero, but with squares and lightsabers.
Yeah.
And the controllers are supposed to vibrate when you hit a block, and it's delayed. I don't know why. I don't know what did it, but it happened ever since I rearranged my room and moved my cameras and VR stuff around. So I'm wondering if that's a big issue of it. But I've tried everything. Like, I put the cameras in the old spots. I've rebooted the whole VR system. I've deleted the game several times and re-downloaded it, and just nothing's working. So
Is
that's
there
kind of upsetting.
is there a way to maybe recalibrate the camera?
I've done all of that. It's weird. Like, when you uninstall Oculus, you
Yeah.
have to, it like makes you reset up the entire system. So like the whole boundaries and where you play and where the cameras sit. I'm wondering if it's something to do with the game, but like nobody else on the subreddit is saying they're experiencing it. Like, it's just like a sometimes that happens to people, because it was a common problem like 2 years ago or a
Yeah.
year ago. And a lot of people were saying just move all your connections around, like the camera connections and the headset connections. They said just move them to different ports, and sometimes it'll fix it. And none of it's fixed it yet. So it's not, it's not unplayable. It's just really, really annoying.
Mhm.
So after I play a song like 2 or 3 times and I can't pass it because it just feels weird to me, I get frustrated and I get off. So I get on it's a VR poker. You literally sit at a table and play Texas Hold'em with random people, and you get online currency and shit. And I've been kicking ass in that. It makes me want to go to like not Lone Star, what is it? Choctaw Casino and that kind of stuff. Like just a casino locally.
Yeah.
And go play poker and see if I can get some real money. But I also realize I kind of suck at that game. Like I get beat a lot, but I also beat up people a lot. I've already been to the casino once and I lost $200. So.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was not fun. But I was playing roulette, so I didn't actually play cards or anything.
I don't know. I don't really like. I like casinos, but I don't know. Because spending money makes me nervous.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it never used to be like that, but I guess I'm just really poor now. So
Well, you
I
also
don't
have
know.
responsibilities and a dog to feed and that kind of stuff, so it all makes sense. And cats and all
Yeah.
that. But like, see, I'm still lucky. I live with my mom and dad. I only have to pay certain bills, like insurance and credit card stuff I have. But like, if you get into the mindset of, okay, I'll take $150, and if I lose it, I lose it. That's fine. But if you come home with 300, then that's just like that's a double win right there. You went and had a lot of fun, and you made 2 times the amount of money you went in with. So
Yeah, that's true. I guess like if you put aside a certain amount of money
yeah,
go
like
and spend
exactly.
at a casino.
You make like
Yeah.
a trip out of it. You're like, okay, in 2 months I want to go to the casino and have fun. Like I'll buy a couple drinks. We'll go hang out with friends, and we'll all just go and spend a day at the casino. And you set out money like $25 a week or whatever until you have an amount that you're okay with, and then you go and spend it. If you make some, cool. If you lose it, I was ready to lose it. That's kind of the mindset you have to be in with a casino, is like, I'm gonna lose this money. And if you don't, that's amazing, because you feel 10 times better about yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, we went for my birthday, as you know, and
Yeah.
I brought $300. I was like, I'm gonna lose this. I'm gonna stay until I lose all of it, or I'm gonna leave until I've doubled it, basically. And I sat there in an electronic roulette table, and I got to a point where I was like $200 up. Like, I should have just walked out of the casino with $500, but
Yeah.
I kept playing and playing because I was like, oh, I'm up. I'll get back up. And I kept losing the money I was up with, and I was like, all right, whatever. So I put another $100 in the machine. I won big. I was like, all right, I'm technically only $100 down right now. If we leave now, I technically didn't lose all the money I thought I was going to lose, so let's do that. And my brother was like, dude, I'm up 400, let's stay. I was like, all right, cool. I put another 100 in the machine, and I lost it. And then my brother lost like 200, so we both ended up leaving with money down, but I mean, it was still a lot of fun. And now we know, if we're up, take the money out of the machine and go cash it, and then whatever you were up with, play. If you lose, go walk around, do something else for a bit, and then come back to it.
Sure.
So, but never play slots. Like, slots are how those kind of places make their money. And I know there's a shit ton of slots there. Like, there's so many slot machines in that, what is that? WinStar. That place is huge. I don't know if you've ever been, but oh my god, it is huge.
I had a layover at an airport in Las Vegas, and
Oh, nice.
they have slot machines there at the airport,
Mm-hmm.
so that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that is really cool, because then you could just, like, you walk up with, like, $5 in a penny slot and just play for a while. You don't even have to really try too hard. It's weird. My dad makes good money off the slot machines, but I can't. Like, I suck at the slots. I hate them. I'd much rather sit at a roulette table or something.
Yeah,
But it's weird.
I mean, I didn't have time to play them because I literally got off a plane. I guess it wasn't really a layover. It was a connecting flight. That's what I meant to
Okay.
say. So,
Yeah.
I got off my plane. I immediately ran to another gate and got on another plane.
Man, I'm so glad I've never had to do that. Like, that just sounds so stressful. You hear people doing connecting flights and that kind of stuff. It just
Yeah.
sounds super stressful.
Yeah, and a couple weeks ago, I came home from Grand Rapids, and our flight got delayed maybe by 10 minutes. And when I landed here in Dallas, there were so many people in the airport because American Airlines canceled a bunch of flights.
Oh shit.
Yeah, canceled flights, overbooked flights. Like, there were just a bunch of people just standing around waiting for someone to tell them what was going on.
Oh god.
I know. It was super crowded. It was a little crazy. And then I found out like a week later that it wasn't just my airport. It was that they canceled like 250 or something flights all across America.
Oh my god, that's a lot of money down the drain.
Yeah, but that was the same day that that construction crane fell on that apartment building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty nuts. My buddy, he works for Southwest Airlines, and that night that happened or whatever, like that day, he said it was something like 45 flights got canceled, so all he was doing was sitting in his truck, like waiting for work to end so he could go home. He's like, I got paid double. He said it's weird when their flights get canceled, they get overtime because like they're being forced to be there and they're not working, so they have to find something to do and they get paid overtime for it.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's weird. Like, I would think it'd be the opposite. Like they'd pay you half time because you're not doing anything. He's like, no, you're there to do the flights, and when the flights are canceled, it's not that person's fault. Like it's not the grounds crew fault that flights are being canceled, so the company has to compensate the grounds crew for being there.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, well, I guess that makes sense, but still, it's just weird to me.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be nice if that happened at my job. Like, yesterday I was at work, I closed, and I can't leave until all of the customers leave. So I think the latest I've been there was maybe 11:30.
Ooh.
And we close at 9. At least now. Yeah. During like the busier months, we close at 9, and then I think like after daylight savings time, then we'll start closing at 8 again. But like yesterday, it was pretty slow for a Saturday, but it was crazy because we still sold like 23 cars. And so, but it was like it all happened earlier in the day, and then as soon as like the service department closed, then it was just dead. Like all the salespeople are just walking around asking me, where did everybody go? And I'm like, I don't know, but I'm not complaining.
I'm playing my Stardew Valley and Sims. Leave me alone.
Yeah, that actually is what I was doing. I had my laptop open and I was playing The Sims.
I figured so. See, that's why I kind of like being at the mom and pop shop but not a dealership, because we close at 6 and at 6. Like, if there's customers in there, we say, sorry, we're closed. Like, get out. We're going home.
Yeah,
that's so nice.
That's pretty nice.
Last week was kind of hectic. Wednesday, our manager, the main head dude, he went out for a vacation. So Tuesday night was his last night, and he was gone Wednesday through Friday. And Wednesday morning, okay, to back it up, Tuesday night, a customer came in and dropped off his giant piece of shit Kia Sportage or something like this. Some ugly SUV that just needed a ton of work, like a ton of work. I think we quoted him like $3,500 worth of work, and his car is not even worth that. So it was like, you could go buy another car off Craigslist for the amount of money you're going to have to put into this. So the technician looked at it. He was like, all right, it needs all this work. They'll sell it or not. He had to take off like a plastic engine cover that had like 3 little bolts holding it on. And he was like, all right, I'm going to park it out back so I can go and look at other cars while they sell this one. And he didn't put that engine cover back on. So the next morning, the customer shows up at like 7:15, 7:30, like 30 minutes after we open. And he's like, I'm here to pick up my car. I can't afford that. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, here's the keys, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, all right, thank you guys. And he owed us $85 because we looked at it. It was a diagnostic. And the guy was bitching and moaning that he's like, y'all are just going to take my money because I don't want to do the work, this, and that. And they're like, well, no, the $85 was charged no matter what, whether you did the work or not. And the guy was really upset about it. And so he paid the money. I pulled the car around front, and he was like, thanks, man. I hope you have a great frickin' day. Like, he's all bummed out and butthurt. And I was like, I'm not the one charging you. Don't get mad at me. And he takes off, and then not even 15 minutes later, this dude comes flying in the parking lot at like 30 miles an hour to a screeching halt. Like, Dead stop. I was like, what? So I walk inside kind of like nervous of what's going on, and next thing you know, I hear him walk into the office, and he is yelling that we are thieves, we're crooked people, we're a bad shop, this, and that. He can't believe that he paid $85 and we're stealing stuff, and me and the other guy are confused. We're like, what are you talking about? And he goes, y'all stole my effing engine cover and you're gonna try and sell it and make more money off me. Y'all are some crooked motherfuckers. And there's customers in the office, and he is scaring them. So my service writer's like, sir, please wait outside. I'll deal with you in a minute after I'm done with these customers. And he's just up and yelling, and everybody in the office is scared. Like, they think something's about to break out. So my service writer has to call the police.
Oh, God.
And he's out there bitching and moaning, and he walks back in, and my service writer, Miguel, is telling the police his name, his information, and he's like, who the fuck are you telling my name? You know, you're just a piece of shit. You keep my name out of your mouth, you motherfucker, this, and that. And my service writer's like, please step outside. We'll deal with you in a minute. And so he gets those customers all written up, and he goes, okay, what do you need? He goes, my engine cover. Y'all stole my fucking engine cover. So Miguel walks out of the office while I'm in, like, the back room of the office, and he goes, hey, go find that engine cover and give it to this guy so he'll get out of here. I was like, okay. So I walk out there, I hand him his engine cover. He, like, rips it out of my hands. He goes, y'all are fucking thieves. And I was like, I'll put it on for you. And he goes, no, I don't want you to fucking touch my car anymore so you can charge me again. Like, and he's out there screaming and hollering. And so my service writer comes out there, and he goes, you're not going to touch my tech, and you're not going to touch me. Because, like, the dude was ready to swing. Like, he was really mad. And he goes, I'm not touching nobody, and y'all aren't touching me. You need to get the fuck out of my face, this, and that. Fucking crooked ass thieves. Never coming back here. And my service writer goes, good, fuck off. That dude just pulls out of the driveway screeching. Dude, I was so scared, though. I was ready for something bad to start happening right in that situation. Like, I was like, this is none of my business. Like, I should not be dealing with this irate customer on a Wednesday morning at 7:30. Like, I was not even awake yet. Jesus
He sounds like
Christ.
he's having a really bad day.
Yeah, he was. I hate to be judgmental, but he was slow. Like, he wasn't all there. He had hearing aids. He's very slurred speech. Maybe he was hard of hearing and he just was getting old, but he's definitely like mid 50s to 60s, and he was like, something was loose in his head for sure.
He sounds like he has a lot to be angry about.
Yeah. That could be it too, like just shit's not going right for him, and then he hears his car needs $3,000 worth of work, so.
Right.
But like, he literally scared the shit out of customers in the office. Like, the lady was in the corner, like, shaking, Miguel said. Like, she was terrified that he was about to start swinging and a fight was going to break out.
Right.
And
poor lady, she's just there probably getting an oil change or something.
Exactly, she's there for an oil change on her Cavalier.
Oh,
and
God.
She's watching her movie as soon as I finish her oil change, and I hand her the keys, and Miguel goes, I'm so sorry about that other guy. And she goes, oh, it's all right. I was a little scared, but y'all handled it very professionally and called the police. I was like, yeah. She goes, the police questioned me when I was outside asking what he was doing, and I told him exactly what you told him. So I was like, oh, my God. The day the fucking manager leaves, this kind of shit goes down. Are you kidding me?
Oh, no.
It's like, is this how the rest of the week's going to go? But it wasn't that bad. It was actually pretty slow after that, but... Man, that was scary. That was definitely... I think that's the scariest thing that's happened at work, except for when a lady got smashed in between two cars.
Oh my God, what?
Yeah. I saw this on my Snap history. I think it was 2 days ago. It happened 3 years ago. And a customer pulled in, left his car in drive, and put on his e-brake, and came in to ask us a couple questions about something. And two other customers they're dropping a car off, so they're pulling stuff out of the trunk and putting it in another car. And he pulls up behind that car that they're pulling stuff out of the trunk. And the AC kicked on the truck, or it was like an SUV. I think it was like a Cadillac Escalade or something. And it started inching forward because the park brake wasn't holding it anymore because that load kicked on from the AC. So it was like inching forward very, very slowly in the driveway. It was going like a mile an hour. And nobody is in the front two bays to see it happening. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I walk out of the machine. It's like it's called the machine shop, but it's basically the back end of the front office. So I walk out of there into my shop, the front 3 bays, and all I hear is screaming bloody murder. I am like, what is going on? What is going on? And my manager hears it in the office, and he runs out the front door, and she is pinned between that Escalade and her car that they're pulling stuff out of. Like, it just slowly pushed her into it. So my manager runs out there, puts that car in reverse, and she like falls to the ground. She's screaming, she's hollering. Like, we think this lady like got pinched real bad and like is gonna be paralyzed kind of shit. Cause she was older too. So the ambulance shows up, the firefighters show up, cops show up. They're all asking what's going on. Oh man, that was a bad day. That was so scary. Like, those are the 2 worst days I think I've had at that shop.
Was she okay?
Yeah, they
was
said
she
it
just-
bruised her hip bone or something like
Oh,
that.
no.
And she had to go to physical therapy. So the customer that left his car in park or didn't put his car in park had to pay for that.
Jeez.
He openly offered to pay. It wasn't like they're suing him to pay for that. It was like, this is my mistake. Let me, take care of it. So at least it wasn't like a bad situation where they had to take him to court. He had to fight for it and all that kind of shit. It was like, it was done justifiably.
Yeah, I mean, what
But
can you
still
do in
bad.
that situation? Like,
You fucked up. You
Yeah.
fucked up. You,
Like, you fucked up.
You fucked up. Own up to it, dude. It's
I
crazy.
mean, couldn't be me because
I'm putting my car in fucking park. I don't know about
yeah,
you.
I would never just leave my car and drive and use the emergency parking brake to
You never
just
know.
hope that it stays still.
Yeah,
But even so, like, I think if I were in that situation, I'd be like, oh wow, I'm so sorry. I can't afford to help you with any of your medical bills.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like, I just hope you're okay. I've got I've got $10 in my Venmo account. Someone sent me earlier.
Do you want that, or can I keep that for lunch? Like,
Do you have Venmo?
it's just really, really good Cash App. You
I can
download
start
it.
you a
I'll show you.
GoFundMe or
Honestly.
something.
I crushed the GoFundMe. I crushed this lady in between my car and hers. Help her. Oh, I just imagine that title now.
Yeah.
Get on Fox 4 News.
Yeah, like, hey, I hurt this lady's hip bone, but I can't afford to help her, so I'm gonna need someone else to. Thanks.
Can you help me help her?
Please help me help her.
Yeah. that's
I feel
good.
like that'd be good enough,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, what
you're
else
trying.
what else would I like do in that situation if I like legitimately
Does that
can't
count as
afford
a
to help
motor
her?
vehicle accident? Like, would his automotive insurance cover that? Or is that like
No.
a life insurance thing?
I don't know. I don't think that's not something I've learned yet as an adult.
Yeah, no, I'm way less of an adult than you, so we're both in this questions loop now.
Yeah, I don't know. But oh, you said that your labor charge for a diagnostic was only $85.
Mm-hmm.
Ours, well, when I worked at Honda, it was $150.
Yeah, I know.
And-
like, dealerships are not cheap.
Well, the only reason that, because usually the diagnostic is, like, we'll tell them it's $150, or actually, I think now they're supposed to say that it's free. The only time that you get charged for a diagnostic fee is if they diagnose it,
And
Fine.
don't do the work.
they find something that's wrong, and you decline the work.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, if you get the work done, it's waived.
It's waived, yeah. That's how ours
yeah.
is with, like, brakes and stuff. But in general, we can't waive that $85 because it was, like, that mechanic put an hour's worth of labor to figure out what was
Exactly.
wrong. So we get to keep that money.
Exactly. Or the other reason that we wouldn't charge you for it is if we couldn't find anything wrong.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's definitely, like... Because I know dealerships like to upsell. Like, I'll have a customer come in and say, hey, I got my oil changed at the dealership for free, but they told me I needed brakes, so I wanted to come here and get it checked out. And they have, like, plenty of brakes left.
Yeah.
It's just like I know that's how you make your money, but like this customer now doesn't trust you guys. It's
Usually they're pretty good about that, and it's not the dealership, it's the technician.
it's the mechanic trying to make a quick buck for himself. Yeah.
Right. So it's really on that
It's the
specific
crooked tech.
technician.
Yeah, it's the crooked techs that screw over dealerships.
And a lot of the times, well, if it was just an oil change, then it would be an express tech, not a master
Oh,
tech.
mm-hmm.
So it's really just them, and because they get commission off of the things that they upsell.
They sell exactly.
But a lot of the times they're pretty honest, and they
You would
might.
hope.
Usually the customer that goes to get a second opinion misunderstands, because a lot of the times they're not saying that it needs to get done right now. They're saying that it needs to get done
eventually.
sometime in the near future.
Mm-hmm. And I hate having to explain that to customers. Like, they come in for a brake check, and I'm like, you don't need brakes this second, but if you do it now, you're saving yourself more money than you would from down the road.
Right.
Because what if you come in next time and you need tires and brakes? Because brakes can wear tires funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird about cars because, like, everything is related to everything. Like,
Yeah, and everyone's
one
very
part is messed up.
suspicious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a very large investment, a car is in general. So when you get told it needs something, you're kind of like off put. You're like, really?
Right.
Like, I spent all this money and it has to get worked on?
That, and I think it's a pride thing, by, you know how just people who know that they actually don't know a whole lot about cars, so they think that maybe you're taking advantage of that fact.
Yeah.
I think that that's also a factor in it.
That makes sense because I get those customers that like come in, they're like, I need a water pump, and they're like, well, how do you know you need a water pump? And they're like, oh, I looked at it and it's leaking. Well, and then we're like, well, we still have to charge you $42.50 to diagnose to make sure it's the water pump that's leaking.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we go in and put a water pump in and it doesn't fix your leak, then you come back mad that, oh, it was this instead of this. Why didn't you see that? Well, you just told us to put a water pump in. We did what you asked.
Right.
That's why we have a policy of no customer supplied parts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if we're a Napa Auto Care Center technically, so all of our parts have a 24,000 mile warranty, 24,002 years, and Napa will cover the labor because their part failed. So we
Oh.
technically don't lose money because Napa will write us checks if we have to warranty out a part for them. So that's our saving grace to not lose money, because if we put a customer's part on and then we have to warranty out our labor for that part, then we lose that 2 hours of labor that we earned or the techs earned because they had to do it for free because it's warranty.
Right.
So we'll do some customer supply parts, like if they want to do their own oil and filter, that's fine, because it's not our liability. If you buy the wrong oil and filter, then it's not on us. But
Well, this has been the car hour.
yeah, this has been the automotive hour.
If you were interested in, car maintenance, then thank you for listening.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Um,
Next topic.
would you say that you like anime?
I'm very picky and choosy on anime. Like, I watch a lot of the quote-unquote Americanized stuff.
Okay.
I can't do, subbed. I can't read and watch. That really throws me off. And if it's dubbed badly, I don't like it.
Right. So you wouldn't
So-
say that you're like a diehard anime fan.
I'm not a diehard anime fan, but I definitely don't hate the art because I know there's a lot of really good anime out there. It's just hard for me to enjoy because it's not my top pick. But I definitely do like animation stuff in general. Like, anything animated is really good to me.
Right.
Have you watched that new Netflix show? Oh, what is it? It's like Toucan and something. God,
Um,
that's gonna bug me. I want to
Whatever it
Google it, but I know
is,
my
I can
keyboard's
tell you
loud.
that I have not.
Well, if you want, it's such a fucked up show for Netflix to make, but it is so funny to me.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's like a weird flat like 2D animation style, but it's still pretty good.
I I don't know, cuz I like watching some anime, but
Mhm.
I don't really invest a whole lot of time into it. Like Fairy Tale has so many episodes, and I
Yeah.
remember like one of my ex-boyfriends, I was like, "Let's watch this." Like I heard it was pretty good, and he was like, "Yeah, yeah, okay. I mean, I don't watch anime, but all right." And so we started watching it together. It was so many episodes, and I was done. I was done maybe after like 15 episodes.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, but it was the thing that we were doing together, so I was watching them with him.
Mhm.
And then it got to a point where he started watching it alone.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You don't do that. You don't do that.
No, yeah,
That
and then
really screws it up.
he just got addicted. Just
Oh man.
he watched all of it. And I think that show has been going for like 10
I
years.
was like, I know that's a really long show. Like a
So
really,
there's
really
a
long
lot
show.
of episodes. He watched all of it.
God damn. That's kind of how I was with Sword Art Online. Like, it's got like the 3 arcs or two
Mhm.
arcs or whatever. And when I like the first 3 or 4 episodes, I was like, ah, this is pretty cool. And then I watched like 5 or 6 more. I was like, holy shit, I'm addicted. Like, I would come home and I wouldn't play games. I would watch Sword Art Online, and I'd get to a point where I'm like freaking out. And I'd go talk to my brother, and my brother's like, "Oh, wait for the another 3 episodes." And so I would sit there and binge until I got to that episode. I'm like, "Holy shit, that was amazing!" And he goes, "Oh, wait till this episode." Like it just, my brother, he's always been into anime. Like he's kind of like how I am. He doesn't really like a whole lot of subbed, but he'll watch it because he knows it's a good show. He really liked One Punch Man, but I couldn't get into One Punch Man because I'm just not good at sub and watching. So he's a big Gundam fan. Like my brother absolutely loves the Gundam series, and he has all the, what do you call them? Fuck me, drawing a mind fart here.
Weeb?
No, it's like, God, what is the word? I'm drawing a fat blank. Oh my God, I feel so stupid. All seasons. Jesus Christ, I couldn't think of the word
Oh, you
seasons.
okay.
He has literally all the Gundams seasons, like the DVDs. So he's like, you need to watch these. These are so good. And I was like, nah, I'm not. I don't want to watch anime. He's like, okay, whatever. And then 2 months later, he's like, you should check out Sword Art Online. I was like, okay, whatever. So I watched, like I said, I watched the first couple episodes, and I was fucking addicted.
Is your
So
brother a weeb?
no, I wouldn't say so. He's a Jurassic Park and World weeb. I don't know what you would call that.
I forget what is weeb short for?
Weeaboo?
Yes. That's
Yeah.
it.
No, he's
That's it. Thank you. It's
yeah.
weeaboo.
He is not a weeaboo by any means, but he is the biggest fan of Jurassic Park stuff, like Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, like anything to do with dinosaurs. He is the biggest fan of it.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, like I've watched Sword Art Online. I've watched, oh, what is it called? It's a really sad one on Netflix. It's like something summer. It's about this kid who plays piano, and he like falls in love with this girl who plays violin, and his best friend is in love. It's a really really good. I'd have to find it, and I'll have to give you the name of it later because I really enjoyed it. So I know
Sure.
I think you would enjoy it too. But my Vietnamese friend Qua, shout out Qua, he has given me all my anime recommendations.
Yeah.
So like, he is the weeb. Qua is the weeb of anybody for sure. He is the one that watches anime, reads mangas, like all the 9 yards of anime liking. And he told me to watch that show, and he's like, be ready to be fucked up. It's really sad in the end. I was like, okay. I'm not gonna let a fucking anime get to me. And I cried when it ended. I was like, oh my god, this show fucked me up. I was like, how can an anime make me so emotional over just the weirdest things? And he's like, dude, I'm telling you, anime's good. I was like, alright, alright.
I had a really emotional dream last night.
Oh man.
So in my dream, I don't know, there was like a tsunami in New York or something. And it was like helicopter footage of people escaping this building, and naked Hugh Hefner was running like down the street, and
Oh,
the
no.
news was blowing up like Hugh Hefner faked his death. Hugh Hefner's alive. And I
Oh
was
my
like, that's
god.
crazy. And I started to get a little emotional, even though like I don't even like Hugh
Hugh.
Hefner like that.
Hugh, how could you do this?
Hugh, why would you fake your death like
I
that?
know.
I don't know, it was crazy. And but then I don't know, some scientist like released a liquid into the river in Manhattan, and apparently they keep all of the bodies of dead celebrities in like a cage at the bottom of the river. And the liquid that the scientist put in the water reanimated all of their dead celebrities.
Oh, what the heck?
I know.
This is some detailed shit right here.
I know. Yeah, it was a little
Dude.
crazy. I think that's what caused the tsunami.
My dreams are not detailed at all. I mean, they're vaguely detailed when I'm having them, but when I wake up, it's really hard for me to remember the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I wake up thinking that everything that it was just happening in my dream was real. Like, I had a dream that one of my friends was texting me really early in the morning at like 4:35 a.m. That they were having like a really bad night and they weren't allowed to go home, and I woke up and I kept looking at my phone waiting for another text message from them.
Oh, wow. Holy cow.
Yeah, and then I realized that it wasn't real.
You're like reading through the message, just like, wait, what? I thought we were talking about something else.
Yeah, I checked my phone, and then that's when I realized, wait a second. That wasn't
That's
real. They're
nutty.
fine. I was legitimately super worried about them.
That's nutty.
Yeah.
Dreams are so weird. They really are. I hate to say it, but like I think I'm addicted to TikTok because I remember a TikTok being in my dream last night.
No way.
Yeah, like I remembered like scrolling through on my phone and I found a TikTok that was like super fucking weird. It was something about like SpongeBob twerking or something like that. And it was like, can we make this the most famous TikTok? Like that picture of the egg was like the most. Can we make this the most like TikTok of SpongeBob twerking? I was just like, what the fuck? And I remembered waking up this morning and I was just like, did I really dream about TikTok, dude? And then I scrolled through TikTok. Like,
Was that a real TikTok? Maybe you should
no,
make that TikTok.
I don't think it was, but is there a clip of SpongeBob twerking that I can use? Like,
I don't know. I mean, maybe you can make one. Oh,
Yeah.
I have an idea. Okay. So you need to get a picture of SpongeBob bending over.
oh,
And
just ripped pants.
yeah, maybe. And then on Paint MS, upload the photo and then select just his butt.
Drag
And
it
then
up and down.
you're going to drag it up and down to the beat of a song.
Hell yeah.
And that's it.
Oh yeah.
That's
the
it.
TikTok. Guys, watch out for this TikTok coming out.
That's going to go viral.
gonna
You just have
happen.
to pick the right song.
Yeah. What song? Could we do like that? His outro song, the.
What
No, you
about
need to do like a popular song though, like.
you should use Panini from
What?
from Lil Nas X's new EP.
Oh, I have not heard that.
Yeah, that's a certified banger.
My extent of Little Nas is hating country or Old Town Road or whatever. Like, I hate that song with a passion.
I'm gonna take my horse to the old town
those
road. I'm
lyrics
gonna
alone.
ride till I can't no more.
I hate how popular that song. Like, good for him because like he released it at such a perfect time for it to go viral. And he doesn't seem like a bad guy. Like, all the shit I see about him on Twitter is like really good. So, but God, I hate that song, and I hate that it's so catchy too.
I love that song. I have no qualms
Way too catchy
about it. I will listen to the song. You know, I haven't even heard that song that many times, but I'm not a hater. I like the song. It's a good song. It's super catchy. I like to sing it out loud.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna enjoy it.
It literally has like everything it needs to be popular.
Yeah.
Catchy beat, famous person on the track, and it's very repetitive, so it gets stuck in people's heads. Like, it had the course of being a really good song. Like, it ran the full marathon for it.
And he's hilarious on Twitter.
He is. His Twitter's pretty good, actually.
I love his Twitter. He posted, let me look at his Twitter real quick. He posted something that made me laugh really hard. Oh, is it? It's been raining really hard here. I'm pretty sure my mic has been picking it up. Let me find him.
My mic is definitely picking up the thunder. I just saw it go up and down with it.
He tweeted 3 hours ago, "I'm a poop live on stage at the BET Awards to show everybody that I'm different."
Oh, man.
Oh.
Holy cow. Yeah, that storm is huge. Oh, my Lord.
Someone tweeted him saying, I dare you to make a song that's at least 3 minutes long. And he replied, he quote retweeted it with a picture of SpongeBob running out of cave.
Oh my God. I've noticed that too. Songs are getting shorter and shorter.
Yeah, that has a lot to do with taking advantage of, just making... It's all about quantity over quality these days. But if you can...
True.
So if you make a really good song that's a little shorter, you're going to get more streams.
Because if you have a 5-minute long song and parts of it aren't as good as others, then people are just going to skip to the next one. That definitely makes sense.
Right. So like in 24 hours, if... let's say one person listens to a 1 minute long song on repeat the whole day, it's gonna rack up a lot more streams than if it were a 5-minute song.
5 minutes, yeah. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't even think about it that way.
Right. And I mean, it also has to do with, because of, the culture of just technology these days and how fast everything changes. People's attention spans aren't,
No.
It's harder to keep people's attention on something for long enough. Like, you cannot catch me listening to a whole Tool album these days. That shit's 2 fucking hours long.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get it. You know what's crazy though on TikTok is Walkman blew the fuck up.
On TikTok?
Yeah. It's a straight up dinger, but like...
Yeah, that's a ding ding dinger.
Dude, I love that. I like Short Kings. It's not as big of a dinger as Walkman to me, is for sure. But the Walkman on TikTok, there's like a whole dance challenge with it now.
Oh, for real? I gotta get in on that.
It's pretty good. Like, I definitely want to try it out.
Yeah, every time I listen to it... Like, because I like to listen to music while I'm doing my makeup in the morning, so I'll be sitting there on my vanity chair and Walkman's playing on repeat, and I'm just sitting there like, yeah, take a Walkman, take a Walkman, and I'm like walking in my seat, and like, I gotta finish doing my fucking eyeliner.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's some catchy shit. Because
Yeah,
That's
once
such an
again with the
easy
catchy
dance move
music.
too. Yeah,
Mhm.
an
And
easy dance move too.
the way they described how they made the music video and shit for it was also really good. I
Was
also
that
like the
a?
Short King's music video too.
I haven't I haven't seen the Short King anthem music
Really?
video yet. Yeah.
It's really good.
So like I was saying to somebody, one of my friends is like a really big Black Bear fan, and
Oh, hell yeah.
I was like, wait, is Black Bear? Is he hot? Is he cute? I don't know yet. And but he sounds
Got a
cute.
lot of tattoos.
Does he? So I googled him after that conversation, and I found out that he was in an emo punk band when I was a freshman in high school.
What?
Yeah, so I found a photo of him from his emo band days, and he looks like I found a photo that looks exactly like a photo that was used to catfish on MySpace.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna text it to you right now so you can see what I'm talking about.
Found a
Like,
catfish picture of
this
Black Bear.
photo.
Hell yeah.
This photo
I
looks
can't-
so familiar. He straight up was a little emo scene kid.
I can't remember his fucking name, but there was a guy like that he used to do. He's like a. I can't even remember what he did. He's basically a model, but like everybody took his pictures and catfished with him, and I
Yeah.
always wanted to be that guy. Like I always wanted to be that guy.
He was on the show Catfish.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
this
insane.
This girl had been like, talking to him on the internet for so long, and as soon as she showed his picture to Neve and Max, they were like, "Oh, sweetheart, sweetie, this is not gonna end well." And turns out that she was talking to the real guy.
Wow.
Like that was really him. Like that and he was the original that people were using the pictures from.
That's great. That is so crazy. I wonder if that was
know.
planned. I wonder if Catfish did that just to get a shit ton of views.
Maybe because like when I saw his photo on the TV, I was like, "Oh, honey,
Oh,
no, that is
God.
not him." You know what? You want to know why I know that's not him? Because I got catfished with the exact same photo.
Hashtag relatable. Oh my
And then when it
God.
turned out that it was really him, but he was old and ugly now, I was like, "Wow,
Oh, ouch.
that's crazy."
I
There was
got
a
catfished
catfish.
once.
Wait, you did?
Yeah, it's crazy. What? I think it was. Is this really weird like chat lobby app on my iPad? No, my iPod Touch in like shit 7th or 8th grade, and this girl, she always used these pictures. She had like hundreds of them that were different, and so I always was like kind of suspicious of her being fake. And she's like, I think you're catfishing me. And I was like, I did so many things to prove it. And I was like, write me a sign with my name on your hand and send it to me. And she's like, okay. And she did. I was like, all right, cool. And we talked and we talked and we talked. And then like, I think it was like 6 months down the road. We were just friends. Like we never really talked like intimately. And she goes, I need to tell you something. I was like, yeah, what's up? You can tell me anything. She goes, I'm not who you think I am. I was like, what? She goes, all the pictures that you've seen of me are my best friend. I was like, she goes, yeah, I'm not who you think I am. And she sent me a picture of her, and I was just like, why would you even bother doing that? Like, you went so far to keep who you were off the internet, and now you're just like exposing it. She goes, because somebody found me out and called me out, and I just had to tell you before that other person told you. I was just like, wow. Like, wow, this is crazy. I was like, I'd never been catfished, and I expected it from the beginning, but you still fucking hooked me somehow. It's crazy.
That's funny.
I still have that girl added on Facebook.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There was so I was watching Catfish with Neve and Max on MTV, and
Shout
one
out.
of the episodes, the catfish was here in my town. Yeah.
Like the person catfishing was? Or
Yeah,
the one that
he
got
was
catfished?
No, the one who was catfishing. So they were like, I guess we're going to this place in Texas. And I was like, what? They're coming here? So I immediately got on Facebook trying to find the catfish on Facebook because they like had his Facebook up there. So he was sleeping on this guy's couch, and the guy's couch that he was sleeping on was someone I went to high school with.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
What a small world.
I know. So, I don't know, I was like looking up his Facebook, looking at all his pictures. He turned out to not be a catfish. The only reason that it seemed like he was because, like, you know how they're all like, oh, my webcam's broken, like, I don't have a camera on my phone, and
yeah.
or, like, I don't have self-service, like, all the stuff that, like, a catfish says, so they don't have to actually tell you who they are.
Yeah.
Turns out that he was telling the truth about all of it. He's just fucking poor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine how bad that would make you feel. Like,
Right?
Like, even what's his face show up and they're like,
"Ooh,
hey.
Sorry for bringing a whole camera crew out to your friend's house whose couch you're sleeping on,
Because you're broke.
because you're broke."
My bad, dude.
My bad, bro.
Here's your girlfriend. Like, we brought her with us.
So, we good? Can we date now? You want to go out on a date or
Crazy,
something?
yeah. He's like asking Eve, hey, can you pay? Like, I'm out of money. That's insane.
Yeah, I know.
I never thought that show would come to Texas. That's weird.
Well, I mean, Texas is a big state. They've been to Texas
Sure.
a lot. I've watched a lot of Catfish. I am addicted to that show.
I used to really like that show, like, a lot. I remember I tried catfishing once to, like, just to see how easy it was, and I got caught so fast.
Really?
So they were like, I found your pictures on Google. You're not who you say you are.
You idiot. You used your real name.
No, I used that person's name.
Oh, they reverse
were like-
image searched the pictures you were using.
Yeah, and I was like, my name's this, and that person's MySpace came up, and it was not me. They said, like, they messaged, quote unquote, me on MySpace, and he said, I don't use that app. I got busted so fast, and she's like, show me the real you, and so I did, and she goes, oh, why would you fake that? I was like, fake what? She goes, you're not even ugly. I was just like, I just wanted to see if it'd work.
Yeah.
She was
I don't
kind
know.
of mad.
I think I got bored once, and I was like, I'm just going to use someone else's photos. And then I started to, and then I realized this is dumb.
Kind
'Cause,
of,
like,
how kind of stupid it is.
I'm too cute to not show people how cute I
Oh, man.
am. Plus, I can be found on Google so easily. Senum called me on Discord a few days ago, and she's like, I'm gonna share my screen with you, okay? And I was like, okay. And she goes to google.com, just types in my name, and she's like, look how easy you are to find. I was like, thank you.
I'm the same way. You can type in my first and last name on Google, and like some of my Facebook pictures and my Twitter come up.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's just because it's relevant to my searches or if it'll work for anybody.
Yeah, I'm the only person alive with my first and last name right now, I think. So
Oh, yeah.
so I don't think it's that hard for Google to be like, yep, here she is.
I thought, like, Cable, Cabal, was such a weird last name that, like, nobody else would have it, but there's a lot of them out there.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Like, you type in Cable on Facebook, of course it shows me, all my family, but, like, there's also a lot of random people. I'm just like, are you my distant cousin? Like,
Yeah.
do I know you?
No, if I met anyone with the last name Croslin, I would just assume that I'm related to them because I don't know
Yeah.
anyone else that has
Yeah,
the same last name.
I've never met anybody in person with the same last name, but I have met, like, people online, of course. Damn it. I dropped my jewel and I don't know where the fuck it went.
Well, we're getting close to.
Oh, wow.
I know,
Holy
a whole
shit.
hour here.
That was fast.
So I'm gonna reveal something to you.
Okay.
So I was trying to get you to say the word weeaboo.
That's good. That is so good. You have like a mystery hidden word.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Congratulations. You got me.
I know.
Holy shit. You got me at like 20 something minutes.
Well,
Like,
we were about halfway through, yeah.
that's insane. That's really good. Have you gotten anybody else, or am I the first one?
Well, let me see. This is the 7th episode I've recorded. I will let you know that I have failed 3 times.
Oh, at least I'm not the first one.
No.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's really good. I like that twist a lot. That is so funny.
Yeah, your word was weeaboo, and
Honestly, I was like, wow, she like jumped right into the anime question out of nowhere. And I was like, she said, is your brother a weeb? I was like, no. You're like, what's that full word again? That's good, dude. That's really good.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. You got me.
Yeah, I'll tell you more about it once we stop recording. I can't say a whole lot, but yeah, I just wanted to let you know.
That's awesome.
That's what I was doing.
Good
Thanks.
on you. I almost asked you about your like convention trip because you brought that whole situation up. And then we just kept rolling off of it. I was like, never mind. That's really funny. That's really good.
Yeah, the convention was fun. I talked about it in a I think a different episode, so nice. I don't have to talk about it again.
Cool.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to plug or anything that you want to say before we stop recording?
I don't really have any plugs. I mean, you could say my Twitch, Storybook HD, but I'm not playing League anymore, so
right, because
not a whole lot. Yeah, not a whole lot to go off from there. I'm thinking about starting my own podcast, so I can't really plug it yet. But if we ever do get to that point, I'll for sure come back, and then you'll be on one of our episodes.
Oh, sick. Thanks.
We're trying to do an IRL podcast situation. Like, we all sit around a table and drink and just do, like, random shit.
Yeah.
So, we have the idea.
I'll drive an hour for that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Since we're relatively close enough, we could definitely set that up.
For sure, dude.
Yeah. I'll definitely keep you in touch on that, but we'll have to see if that ever does happen.
Sure. Well, thanks for being a guest.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'll let you know if I do it again. We'll see.
All right. What is even the name of these?
Oh, this is the Smiling Imp podcast.
The Smiling Imp podcast. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I made a new logo for it, and I had to ask Senna, because the Smiling Imp is just the devil emoji, and like the purple devil emoji, and I had to ask Senna, since she's about to go to law school. I was like, if I use an apple emoji and mix it with a different apple emoji, will that become my own intellectual property then? And so she went through all of the fair use stuff with me and was like, you'll be fine. And I was like, okay, great.
Oh yeah. That's the answer I was looking for this whole time. You're good. Sweet, thanks, bye. I'm kidding. It's funny.
I'll send it to you. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, listeners, catch you on the flip.
We'll see you next time on the Smiling Imp podcast.